Hey guys, in this month's Disney Rewind, we're going to be talking about Fantasia 2000, released back in 1999. Fantasia 2000 is a collection of short stories all done to classical music. So, we have made it to Fantasia 2000. We have previously viewed Fantasia, and I don't think we had very much praise for the original Fantasia. I appreciate the original Fantasia, but it is a little boring. It's a little boring. It's a little slow. I think it's kind of dated.
There were a few cute,
yeah,
good things,
but I think I definitely preferred Fantasia 2000 over the original.
Yeah, I was more like entertained. Like,
yeah,
I almost fell asleep again watching Fantasia. Didn't I say that in our review? That
yeah,
I fell asleep almost.
Yeah, Fantasia. It's like you can appreciate it. You can acknowledge how good it is and what it was trying to do, but it is kind of dated in some ways, and it's kind of slow and boring. And yeah, I about fell asleep. And Fantasia 2000, I think it kept my interest.
Mm-hmm.
I was a bit more into it, I suppose.
Yeah. And I don't know if it's because the animation was better.
I liked the experimentation going on with Fantasia 2000.
There was different types of
there was different types. Yeah, different types of animation.
I just thought it was also just maybe a little bit better.
Yeah,
maybe, I don't know.
I just preferred all the stories in general.
Yeah, I thought they were clearer.
Yeah, they were.
Whereas Fantasia seemed more just like, or just showcasing
almost
stuff.
Something more abstract about Fantasia.
Whereas this, except for that first story, but whereas as this, all of it, like, I felt like I had like some kind of understanding of what was happening.
You know, and you know what they made me think of? It made me think of Pixar animated shorts.
It's pretty much what they are.
Because you know how the Pixar animated shorts, they're all pretty much just done to music, and
talking.
There's no dialogue, and they just tell you a story. And yeah, Fantasia 2000, I think it was definitely reminiscent of that, and I think it just did a better job at doing that than the original Fantasia did. I don't know, it's just difficult to explain. We normally go through questions. We'll usually sit and talk about favorite character, best song, favorite scene, blah de blah. But that's kind of hard to do
for Fantasia.
Yeah, that's kind of difficult to do with something like this. So I guess we'll just go through each segment individually. How many segments?
I believe there were 7.
There were 7 of them?
8.
8? Yeah, there were 8 segments. So we're just going to kind of rapidly go through each one really quickly, I suppose. So let's start off with the first one. You want to introduce it, Tiffany?
The first one was Symphony Number 5, or as we like to call it,
Flying
the Doritos.
Flying Doritos. Now, this was definitely my least favorite. I almost forgot about it.
Yeah.
I almost forgot about this one, because this one definitely was much more like the original.
Yeah, it's like,
yeah, as soon as the movie started...
I thought we were going off to a bad start.
Yeah, as soon as the movie started, I was like, oh damn, we're just starting right back like how the original Fantasia was. And yeah, this one, the Flying Doritos, as we like to call them, it was just really abstract. I mean, it was pretty. It was pretty and well done, and it was moving nicely to the music, but yeah, it was just really abstract and strange, I suppose.
The info for this did say abstract shapes that were butterflies, colorful butterflies, and
fighting the darkness,
which were bats.
Yeah,
which I don't really remember them being bats.
Yeah, this one definitely had a theme of light versus darkness, I guess, because there were the beautiful colored butterflies, Doritos. And then, yeah, it would get dark, and then the bats would come, and then, yeah, the light opened up for him eventually. So, yeah, this was definitely the least favorite.
The next one was Pines of Rome, and, aka Space Whales.
They weren't really in space, but they were making us think of space whales.
I really liked this one. I thought it was really pretty.
I did too. I love this one.
And cute, and it was... You know, I slightly don't really know what was happening in this one as well, but I thought it was just very interesting.
Yeah, visually it was beautiful, I think.
Because I know they flew. They were in water, and then they could fly.
Yeah, they were whales. Yeah, the whales started off in the ocean, Then all of a sudden they could fly through the sky. It was all very strange, but beautiful.
But then they were in the water again, but flying. But then they came out.
It's very.
It was
abstract.
weird. It was like a layer of ocean and air, then ocean and air again. I don't know what was happening.
It doesn't matter. It was beautiful. I love that whale though. The little baby whale.
Yeah, the little whale. He got caught under an iceberg crumbled, and then he was in this magical iceberg cave, and then he floated out of it.
I guess the overall theme of this one though, I mean, it had something to do with freedom of a sort. You know?
Because then all the whales came out. Because at first it was just the little whale and his parents. And then all of a sudden all the other whales.
Maybe just the freedom of the ocean and the freedom of the air, and that it's all just one, maybe? You know, like just Mother Nature, I suppose? Just the freedom of air and water. I don't know, I feel like there's a deep thing.
I should have read that one.
I feel like there's a vast deepness here to dig into, but it's all very strange. But I liked it visually.
I do know that there was a scene that showed all these whales from behind as they were flying in the sky, and it looked like a scene from Apocalypse Now. But yeah, that one was cute and pretty.
It was really cute.
The next one was Rhapsody in Blue, and that was the Great Depression that we assumed it was. That one went off into a different style.
Yeah, I like the animation.
But it was cool. It kind of had that old feel.
This one definitely was very reminiscent of like a Pixar short film.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely. But yeah, this one, just kind of without doing any sort of research on it, definitely got the impression that it took place during the Great Depression in New York.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, we just followed...
4 people.
Yeah, we followed a group of people, just different people. Like a guy who was a construction worker, a guy who was just being dragged around by his bossy wife, who was spending all sorts of money.
Yeah, they were rich.
Yeah, a little girl.
And then a guy who had no job.
Yeah, a guy who had no job. So yeah, a group of people, just various different circumstances. But it seemed like the collective theme, it seemed like the whole notion of dreams, you know, and that all these people had a specific dream that they craved and desired, but the depression was kind of pulling them down from that, like attaining that dream, I suppose. Yeah, because at one point, all of the characters, they're on this ice skating rink, and they're all kind of fantasizing about being on this ice skating rink, but the point is not the ice skating rink.
Yeah.
The point is, it's kind of like a visual metaphor, I suppose, you know, they're a freedom on that ice, and that represents in their individual dreams, I suppose. And yeah, they all get their dreams by the end, don't they?
Yeah,
because the little girl, she's back with her parents, and I think
because I guess her parents maybe were like the type that were all about work, and too busy, and then she was always being dragged around to go. Like she seems like she had perfect parents, like they wanted her to be perfect. Yeah, they wanted her to know how to dance and to play music,
she wasn't
and to
good
sing
at any of that.
and to do art.
And then, like, the one man, he got his job by the end. And then the construction worker, he wanted to be, like, a jazz drummer.
Yeah, the guy who didn't have a job actually got the construction worker's job. He just wanted a job, whereas the construction worker wanted something bigger and better. And just, like, a dream, like, bigger and better to him, which was being
And what happened to the man?
The wife. The wife got called up at the construction site. Something scooped her up.
Did
like
it? I don't remember that.
A crane scooped her up.
I think that man, he just wanted a divorce. That's my running theory. He just wanted a divorce.
Yeah, because his wife paid $1,400 for their dog.
But yeah, I liked that one quite a bit. I liked the story. Like I said, it was like a kind of like a Pixar short almost. And yeah, I liked kind of the experimentation with the artwork, because it was really different, you know, like the person at the beginning was saying, you know, it starts with a single line and a line of music, you know. And it was just really linear, I suppose.
Next we have piano
concerto.
What?
Concerto? I think it's pronounced concerto, or is it concerto? I think it's concerto. Piano concerto number 2.
Yeah, that
Ain't that how it's pronounced? Concerto?
I thought it was concerto.
I think it's concerto.
Whatever. Anyway, also known as Toy Soldier. And that one was that in a child's room.
No, I think it was a toy store.
Was it?
I think
that little boy picked up the toy.
Was
that the little boy?
I think it was a toy store, though. Because there's all sorts of other toys.
Either way, the building, or when it struck midnight, the toys awoke.
Mm-hmm. And this was like a period piece, it looked like taking place maybe, I don't know, it definitely felt European. It felt European.
Yeah, it did.
It felt more earlier than the 1800s, though.
It said it was based off of something.
The something Tin Soldier. Something Tin Soldier. But yeah, at midnight, kind of like Toy Story almost. At midnight, the toy store comes to life, and yeah, we're following the adventures of this tin soldier, and he's missing his leg. Where'd his leg go? I wouldn't know where his leg went. Battle.
And he looks over and he sees a pretty little ballet dancer, and at first he thinks she's only got one leg. That's why he's kind of attracted to her at first, because he's like, somebody like me. And he runs over to her, and then he gives her a rose, and then she puts her leg down, and he looks upset, but then she shows interest in him, and he's happy.
And she's being harassed by
Jack in the Box.
Jack in the Box.
And so they have a battle because he don't like this soldier. He doesn't like this soldier trying to take his ballet woman. The soldier gets thrown out the window somehow and goes on a crazy adventure. Yeah, he somehow
he gets right back to that same toy store.
He gets swallowed by a fish, which that fish goes to that building, and then somebody picks up the tin soldier and puts him right back where he belongs, and then it hits midnight. Again.
Crazy. It's crazy.
And in the end, he destroys
the Jack Box
and gets his woman.
I think this was
a very simple story.
It was a very simplistic story.
Probably, in terms of story, that was probably the best story because it had a beginning, a middle, and an end.
I think this one was my favorite out of all of the stories. I don't know about you, but yeah, this was my personal favorite.
Sure, yeah.
This was my personal favorite. Yeah, once again, this definitely felt like a Pixar short. You know, this would totally work as a Pixar short. Yeah, I liked the little romance between the toy soldier and the ballerina, and the harassing Jack in the Box. I like that whole. It's incredible how much they were able to visually just tell a story without any words. You know, just through the music and through the animation.
Yeah, like they showed the fire, and you knew, oh no, Jack is going in there.
Yeah. But yeah, my personal favorite. I just really liked the story. I just found it to be really cute and. Yeah, just something kind of, I don't know, sort of inspirational about it. I don't know, you know, especially him just having one leg, you know.
Because all of his other soldier buddies would, like, kind of leave him behind.
Yeah.
Because they're like, you're too slow.
Yeah.
Next is the Carnival of Animals. And this was about a flamingo
and a yo-yo.
With a yo-yo.
Yeah, this one was the shortest out of the whole collection. I almost don't remember this one. It was so short. It was colorful. I liked it.
I thought it was fun. It was a nice, cute little humorous, like, in the middle of the story.
I was just really impressed with the animation for this one, how it went with the beats. It's like, how do you animate to the beats of the music?
You know, I guess, yeah, I did. I really liked that. They were, like, really spot on.
Yeah, because this one, because especially, like, with their legs, as the flamingos would walk.
The music would go, doo, and then the flamingos would go up in the air or something.
Yeah, it was very precise. It's like, how do you animate to music like that?
I thought, well, you know, I'm sure you could take that, you know, flamingos all look the same. And you just think there's no personality to any of the flamingos. And here's this one little flamingo who... his color was different, too.
He was a different shade of pink.
Yeah, and he just wanted to be a silly little flamingo with his yo-yo and not follow the rest of the flamingos.
Yeah. Yeah, because all flamingos look the same.
It was telling you to be your own
be your own flamingo. Be your own individual. It's like it was so short, but yet it had that message quick, you know.
I think too they just wanted to add in a cute little bit of humor as well. Next was the Sorcerer's Apprentice.
And this was just a repeat of what was in the original Fantasia. I really like that they put the Sorcerer's Apprentice in Fantasia 2000, you know, kind of bringing back something old school, and it
still felt new in a way.
Yeah.
You know, it didn't look like it was like old.
Yeah, Sorcerer's Apprentice, it's not dated. You know, like, you know how we were talking about the original Fantasia, something about it does seem dated and whatnot. But yeah, Sorcerer's Stone Right?
Sorcerer's
Apprentice, I mean. Sorcerer's Stone. I got Harry Potter on the line. Sorcerer's Apprentice does not feel that way, because I think it's timeless and it's a classic.
Because even like watching original Fantasia and Sorcerer's Apprentice popped up, I think we're just thinking, oh, thank God, something we recognize.
Yeah. And yeah, I like that it was in Fantasia 2000, for a newer generation. Especially if they've never seen the original Fantasia.
Yeah. It's like they don't need to, they just need to see Sorcerer's Apprentice and that's it.
Yeah, nice to see Sorcerer's Apprentice in this collection. Don't really have much to say about it, because I think we said all we wanted to say about it when we talked about Fantasia a couple years ago. God, was that a couple years ago? Yeah, I love the Sorcerer's Apprentice story. It's just really cute. Mickey just up to mischievousness. Getting himself in trouble with them brooms.
Next we have Pomp and Circumstance, and that is Without Noah's Ark. And that's the, I didn't know the graduation theme had an actual title. Because when you do stuff, people usually just say the graduation theme.
Yeah.
I did not know that was what it's called.
Pomp and Circumstance?
Yeah, plus did it say 1, 2, 3, and 4?
Yeah.
Was that the one that said at the end it said 1, 2, 3, and 4? But you could tell there were 4 different parts to it.
Yeah.
I liked that one. I thought it was cute, and it was featuring Donald Duck.
Yeah.
Which is nice.
This might have been my second favorite.
Yeah. And Noah told Donald to get all the animals on board, didn't he? That's what he's just like, get everybody on board. And, Daisy was in there too.
Yeah, Daisy also.
And
God, that was so tragic with Daisy and
Daisy.
They both thought they were both lost to the flood.
Yeah, Donald was like, he had the checklist, was checking off all the animals, and at the end was him and Daisy. But he didn't see Daisy, he kind of missed her behind an elephant. And so he ran out to get her, and Daisy saw him run out.
Yeah.
But then the wave came, and Daisy looked away, and so she thought Donald got swept away.
Yeah.
So they just, throughout this whole thing, they just kept missing each other
so
on
cute.
the boat.
But yeah, I like this one. Like who narrated this one? That wasn't James Earl Jones, was it?
No, he did the Flamingo. Was it the Magician Guys?
Oh yeah, I think it was the Penn and Teller.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think if we're remembering correctly, was it Penn and Teller that hosted this one before it aired? I can't remember, but whoever it was, they had said something about, normally the Pomp and Circumstance is associated with the graduation theme, but yeah, Disney kind of wanted to see if they could do something different with it. I kind of like that. Who would have thought to do a Noah's Ark story?
It kind of made sense, because they all were marching, because when it got to them marching into the boat, that's when they played the music you're familiar with, and then like part 3 was like all the stuff happening on the boat, and then part 4 of the music was when they were marching off the boat. So it was just funny that the graduation theme actually went with animals marching off of the boat.
Yeah, this one was cute. I really liked it. Yeah, Donald and Daisy kind of thrown in there too, just to add some familiar characters instead of just Noah.
Yeah.
I feel like Disney, they didn't want to get too biblical.
Yeah, so they
threw in Donald and Daisy and just had Noah have a cameo appearance in there.
Noah built it. He was like, now Donald, you get everything. I've done my job. And the last one was called The Firebird. I think it said 1919 on it for some reason. I don't know. It just said The Firebird -1919, but then something else was just saying it's called The Firebird. And that one was, we're assuming Mother Nature.
It's winter. It starts off, it's winter. This deer, this stag, elk, whatever he is, he comes up, he breathes on just like this patch of earth. And
no, it was in water.
Was it water? Yeah, he just kind of breathes his breath onto. It's almost like God. It's almost like biblical. It's like God breathing. Creating life. The deer just kind of breathes on something, and out springs Mother Nature, and Mother Nature revives the earth because it's winter, and she turns it into spring. But then, there's a volcano.
Yeah, because she's trying to spread her Mother Nature-ness all over everything, and she tries to go around the volcano, and it's not working.
And the volcano destroys everything.
After she just rebuilt everything in like 10 seconds.
But like Angela Lansbury said, because Angela Lansbury kind of hosted the narration before the segment, she was sitting and saying, this is about death and renewal, and that's kind of what you saw in the story, that that it's winter, everything's kind of dead, and here comes Mother Nature, she makes everything alive, but then here's the volcano, that's death, and then, yeah, Mother Nature, she's kind of sad, like, oh, everything's doom and gloom, but then she revives everything again, yeah, because she's even more pretty than what it was before.
She's really tiny, too, because even the first time the elk woke her up, she was, like, already a big Mother Nature thing. And then this, she was, like, really tiny, kind of like maybe, like, she was weak and gave up and stuff, but then the elk encouraged her to get up and do her thing.
Do her thing.
Because then she cried, and then that brought up trees, and she was like, hey, I can do this, and then she became, like, giant again.
Yeah, I really like this one.
Yeah, that one was pretty.
Yeah, probably my third favorite. If I had to put them in order, my top three, definitely the Tin Soldier, Noah's Ark, and, yeah, Mother Nature. Those are my three favorites.
Oh, and the volcano got covered this time. The destruction of the volcano was over for now.
Like Pompeii?
Yeah.
We haven't talked about, like, the brief narrations, the hosts. I like that there was a little bit of star celebrity power going on. And yeah, pretty much everybody, just about everybody, they've all done Disney voices.
Yeah.
Like James Earl Jones and Bette Midler and Angela Lansbury. Has Steve Martin done a voice?
I can't think.
I feel like he has.
But he's done Disney movies.
Yeah, he's done Disney movies. But yeah, there was some star power, which I liked that addition, you know. Yeah, it wasn't so... that's the thing with this Fantasia 2000 update. It didn't feel dry, I guess. You know, there was a bit more humor.
Because the hosts were funny. They talk about stuff.
There's just more humor to it and a playfulness, I guess.
I did, too, want to say that the music was more interesting as well. I felt like the music...
Which is interesting because the original Fantasia had more classical, recognizable music, I think.
Yeah.
Which is interesting.
But I felt like that music was always very quiet.
Yeah.
Whereas a lot of this music was very, like, loud. Like, either in terms of, like, you know, the last one where there was... the loud music was, like, kind of scary music. But even during the happy stuff, it was loud. And it got your attention. Kept you focused and everything, whereas I felt like in the original Fantasia things kind of felt like too slow and boring in terms of music as well.
So, if we had to rank Fantasia 2000 on a scale of 1 to 10 Mickey ears, what would you give it, Stephanie?
Oh, Christ.
What did we give the original? I don't even remember what we gave the original.
Yeah, like I don't want to give something too close to the original Fantasia, you know? But I don't... Like, I don't know... Like, I could watch it again.
Yes, I could watch this again over the original, definitely.
Like, I don't know, maybe like a 7 or an 8. Maybe an 8's too high.
Yeah, I was thinking about a 7 or an 8 as well, for me. Maybe a 7.5.
Yeah. We'll meet in the middle.
Yeah. So, you guys, in the comments below, have you seen the original Fantasia and have you seen the updated Fantasia 2000? Just let us know your thoughts down below. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And if you like this video, you may like these other videos. Bye, guys.